It's the Gas Panic, and everybody knows on BBC introducing in Manchester.
The Gas Panic demonstrate a work ethic that is second to no other independent artists, and that will be their legacy.
It's probably about the best track you've played today.
It's like an interviewer's dream, this lad, I tell you.
You heard, like I'm never gonna ask someone. Hands up, you heard, how am I supposed to be someone? I bet you think my heart is cool. Keep on, you heard it first.
Hello and welcome to the Gas Panic podcast again. I am your host, Josh, the lead singer and guitarist of the Gas Panic, and I'm here again with Ian, the bassist of the Gas Panic.
Hi.
There you go, you've done it to me this time. Again, we're going to talk about the news, some things that's been happening this month. Or in fact, now it'll be in March. So yeah, we're going to talk about what's been going on and what has been going on with us. Let me first correct that I know in the first episode I said that we'd be playing Blackthorn in June, and it's actually July. So apologies for that. It is the 23rd of July, and that is going to be an amazing gig. I know Maximo Park are playing, and Billy Bibby from Catfish and the Bottlemen, and a load of other people as well, including Rum Thief, our friend Rum Thief. Or at least I think he's a friend. You know him as well, don't you, Ian?
Sure do. I met him in the street once as well. It was nice. We said hello, exchanged pleasantries.
So, today, should we just get straight to the news story? There's nothing else we need to promote, is there? I know it says at the start that Patience is coming soon, and you'll need patience in order to wait for it. That was terrible. That was a terrible attempt at a pun. Anyway, seeing as though I've exhausted that, let's go straight to this week's news.
The sea lions are back to eat more migrating salmon, and that means standing room only for the sea lions, and resumption of the battle
Another
waged
animal
by the
story,
Port
I'm
of
liking it.
Astoria to regain control of one of its big docks on the Columbia River. Now, the port has entertained some pretty wacky ideas to get their dock back. Remember last spring, that huge fake orca whale that was supposed to scare the sea lions wound up sinking instead under its own weight.
Do you not think they'd make sure that the thing that was, especially a whale, if you're going to interpret a whale to intimidate sea lions, that you'd at least make it buoyant so that it stayed on top of the water, rather than it just... Imagine, oh my God, it's a whale coming towards it, and then it slowly sinks to the bottom of the ocean forever.
Do you know when you make IKEA furniture and you just you skip a couple of steps?
Yeah.
They look like they've just skipped step one, like, make sure it floats. Like,
We made it out of steel. What idiots we are.
it does look a bit like just paper mache.
Yeah,
Like they've
and-
just pinched it from a school, like a kid's project or something.
And then they had the ego as well to put on top of it the accompanying logo that made it. Or I guess maybe they just named the whale itself. I'm not sure. But either way, it sank. I don't know whether they retrieved it either.
What did they name it? Titanic?
They named it Island. Island the whale?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Weight. The port has flown tethered beach balls, streamers, even used plastic fencing on the dock to scare the sea lions away, and nothing so far has worked.
Why would plastic fencing scare sea lions?
Something they've never encountered in the wild. Something colourful and bright. It'd probably attract them more than anything.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's this? This looks new.
I think
That's probably why they're all over there.
I think they're going about it all wrong. I think they're doing the exact opposite of what you should do to scare sea lions.
Yeah, dynamite in the water. Boom! I'll shit them up.
This morning they unveiled something that looks a lot more promising. Inflatable air dancers.
Fucking hell. This is some Wile E. Coyote type shit, isn't it?
Yeah. It's, well, let's see how this goes. But
I can see an Acme crate in the background where they're just taking all this stuff out of.
Check out what happens when they turned them on for the first time this morning. Just your initial assessment, this For all intents, this looks like it may have worked a little bit, right?
It's about
I think the key word there is a little bit. I think if you saw, I mean, if I was sat down comfortably and then a large inflatable dummy just became inflated, I think I would also be a bit shocked. I don't know whether I dive off the pier, but they are animals, and I think about 10% of them just stayed there looking in confusion. So again, I think another failed attempt by whoever these guys are. I should have at least researched who they are or where they're from.
It's about as anticipated. We
I'm
know
loving
that
the
there would be an
creativity.
initial surprise, and the random movement and the bright colors we know actually deters the sea lions.
The port does have its critics. The Sea Lion Defense League, for one, says if this is all about money, the port should actually be encouraging the sea lions to stay.
These guys are such a huge draw for tourists, and we have 24 cruise ships coming to town.
The Friends of the Sea Lion says with the money the port could be charging people to see the sea lions up close, they could have built themselves a new set of docks.
That one's got a watch.
One of those swatches from the 90s. The waterproof ones, yeah?
Yeah.
Makes sense. What's the actual deal with the sea lions being there? Because so far they've just said, we don't want them there, but like, why?
I guess they're noisy. I guess that's the only reason, because they're not harmful, right? I mean, again, this is really poor information on my part. I don't know how much of a threat a sea lion is to a human or an infant.
I wouldn't fuck with one.
Yeah, but I think that's implied anyway. Like if the pier was full of cats, then the issue wouldn't be, please don't fuck with the cats.
There might be a sign. Especially if that was that woman from last week. That with a fucking testing.
Yeah, talking to them, annoying her and stroking them angrily.
Go. Time will tell if these inflatable air dancers work or if the sea lions wise up and plop themselves right back down on the docks they have come to call home in the spring and summer months here in Astoria.
I think wising up is the incorrect word. I think just being aware that they're not a threat and they are indeed inflatable arm flailing dummies.
Where are people finding these jobs? How do you get involved with stuff like this?
Yeah. I can't imagine the pitch meeting where they were like, well, last time it didn't work when we... What did they say they did last time to stop the sea lions?
The banners.
Oh, banners. I don't think it was banners, but I think banners might be just as effective.
No, the plastic things on the railings. The
Oh,
flags on
yeah.
them.
Yeah, well, I don't know who in the pitch meeting was going, have you seen these things at like car parks where you know there's the inflatable arm flailing guys? Well, them and seals, I've heard they don't mix.
Have you ever seen a seal driving a car? No. Case in point.
They're terrified.
Of car parks.
So there we go. Another very well-informed opinion there from the Guest Panic.
I think all these companies are involved somehow. There's a racket going on and they're all just fucking around, like blagging the government, whoever it is who's giving them money for these.
Yeah, it's... Again, this counts as... to be fair, I did quite enjoy that story.
No, that's good.
Yeah, I don't think I can shit on it so much. Because I just love animals. But, tell you what, this guy, our next story, I'm not a big fan of. And I don't know why. I just think he's cheap.
Over the years, I mean, I've won hundreds of prizes. I won a yacht, won a racehorse, won my wife's engagement ring.
Every time I went out shopping, we used to go out together. It's got win on, look, it says win.
I won a trip to New York, I won a trip to Amsterdam, Paris, London several times. Win £1,000. Every pack wins a real bar of gold, £10,000. Family forest holidays, not a bad little prize. Chances of winning are pretty slim, I'm afraid. The odds of winning are minuscule.
So you get what he is.
One of those not coupons, but yeah, he applies for every single prize he can find.
Yeah, and then as we go on through the story, you realise he applies for stuff that, I think because he's so excited about applying for these things, half the time he doesn't know what he's applying for. and so just wins stuff that not only he doesn't care about, but I imagine the majority of the world would not care about. And I don't know. Am I right in thinking that? I always just think that coupons and competitions on the side of like tissue packets. I think it's just at a whole different level of saving. I know it's not saving, but at the same time, it's like, come on, it's shit. Win a year's supply of toilet paper. No, I'll just buy it. It's all right. Like, if you got that all at once, that wouldn't be worth the £5 you spend a month on toilet paper to store a year's worth of toilet paper. We don't have the space for that.
No, we don't.
I mean, maybe he does, but even so, he's lost a room.
Just full of prizes.
Yeah, well, just full of. If we just talk about that one particular hypothetical competition I just made up, then yeah, if he did that, which he would, I know he would, then yeah, he's lost a room full of toilet paper. And he's got to be paying rent.
This guy looks like he's serious about this. He's probably got like a garage or a storage space where he puts all this shit.
That is a good point. If
This
he
isn't
has
a part-timer. This guy's serious.
Yeah, he is. He's one of the world's biggest competitors. I don't know what you call them. Competition enterers.
Lonely old men.
Yeah.
Fuck all else to do. Well, someone whose mum actually has entered one of these competitions and won. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I think they're a bit of fun. But yeah, when you just, like you said, he's just applying for stuff that he doesn't want. Because I've never ever won a competition like this. I think once I rang up SMTV Live and I got onto like the chat thing when you talk to him.
Yeah.
But I got panicky, said hold on, and then hung up the phone.
Really?
Thinking they'd. Well, I was like 5.
So you hung up on Ant and Dec?
Well, no, they give you like the pre-people first to make sure you're not a nutter, and then they put you through. So that's the only time.
So to prove you're not a nutter,
I was 5.
You got panicky and hung up.
Well, I knew as a 5-year-old that when the person who rang you can put the phone down, and it won't end the call. And then you can go to the other part of the house and pick up another phone or something. So I wanted to go tell my parents that, like, oh, look, like, help me with this, because I didn't know all the questions.
So you did that without telling the operator?
No,
let me just tell my parents.
I just said, hold on 1 second.
Oh, my God.
But anyway, that's the only thing I've ever won in terms of, like, ringing up and, like, prize. But I've not sent off for a lot, admittedly. But I've never won the lottery.
No.
I don't think I've ever won a scratch
I think
card.
I'd be aware of that. But yeah, I think, like, for instance, when your mum entered that competition and won, I imagine, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, she isn't there all day filling out competitions.
No, yeah, that's true. It was a take a break. It was a supermarket sweep for all those who were interested.
Yeah, it's like a why not competition. Why not enter that? Like, it's right in front of me. I've got a pen. Find an envelope. Get a stamp.
Still requires quite a bit of effort, doesn't it?
It is, yeah. That's too much, actually. Yeah. But then again, she got a few months' worth of shopping.
Yeah, it was tough.
Which
we pinched a bit of.
Yeah, exactly. Because I ran the supermarket sweep and was exhausted. It was a great experience.
You can put a bit of footage up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll play a bit of footage now.
No, not many people buy Facebook. Just as a thank you,
Okay, and we're back.
That was great, that. Whoa. Bringing back memories.
Yeah, and so, well, if that came across, you may realise that I did do that under a different alias, and that is my alter ego. Oh, no, it's not. It's a different person. Anyway.
Giving away the secrets there.
Our next... Oh, shit, we've not even finished this story yet.
No, sorry.
We just played a shopping spree mid-story.
Many people win major prizes such as holidays and cars, including Martin Dove here.
Well, I was a comping widow, and he was doing it from virtually the day we got married.
One of the first prizes I won in 1973, we got Des O'Connor there, personally autographed. Wow, how valuable is this going to be?
Probably not very. In fact, no, I'm getting confused with Terry Wogan.
He's got the toupee-looking hairdo.
Yeah.
Should we Google it? Should we see how much that would cost?
We can do it later.
Okay.
I think that's one of those things. Those things that I don't think anyone who's listening really wants to know, but yeah,
There's at least one.
Yeah, I don't know what Des O'Connor sings.
We'll put it up. We'll do it in the edit.
Yeah, we'll put it in the notes on the video. How valuable a Des O'Connor vinyl is that's signed.
I've been a comper for 40 years. It's like I admitted some addiction, isn't it, really? Some hideous pictures of me from the day. Some people have called me the master of comping, the king of comping. The
dickhead. Arsehole, waste of time.
He looks like he's won a year's supply of lemons and ate them all at once. Joe, he's got like that face that you pull when you're like, oh.
You got a very sour face.
A bit tart, that.
Yeah.
The guru of comping, but it's just a word, it's just a phrase. I was fairly high profile.
He's won a yacht, a racehorse and an Aston Martin for the weekend, and it makes you sick. And in fact, some 600 prizes later, the question on Martin Dove can only be, how did he do that?
Enter plenty with a positive attitude.
Did you win that shirt?
Wow. Very quick cut to the clip there.
Straight to the point.
Yeah, very jarring, but yeah, very efficient reporting.
Yeah.
I guess.
A bit squeezed for airtime there.
But I think as well, even though I was criticising him before for entering, when you win a racehorse and a trip in a helicopter and stuff like that, you kind of got something. Like, so if I was to go, oh, you're wasting your time, and then he goes, well, I won a racehorse.
No, this actually sounds pretty fun now. Like,
Yeah.
what else he get? He gets to drive around an Aston Martin on the weekends or something like that.
Yeah, I think something like, I think he won a weekend Aston Martin rental.
Oh, just like a
that.
one-off, yeah.
But he's won a lot of things, some even bigger than a racehorse. So even though I'd be going, that's a waste of time, apparently it's not. You can get a racehorse out of it.
Did you win that shirt, by the way?
No, this was a gift.
Is he pretending to hold a
To be
microphone?
honest, in the beginning, he used to do competitions without thinking what the prize was. The Spice Gnome. Oh, dear me. Scary Spice. Has he told you about that?
So I had a slogan for Scary Spice, and if I remember, it was something like scaring off the birds and bees.
Looks
Who
terrifying.
sits among the cabbages and peas. Seemed funny at the time.
So that won the Spiced Gnome. Is it spice or spiced? No. Well, there'd be no reason for it to be past tense.
Yeah, well, it's not Spiced Girls. I guess they are now because they're a bit forgotten. A bit in the past.
The Spiced Girls. Yeah. That doesn't roll off the tongue anywhere near as well either.
Look at this, there you go. Win a fabulous £1,000 shopping break in Liverpool. The thing is now, competitions are far easier to enter than they ever were. The old days, I could spend a fortnight crafting a slogan and really working hard and really being proud of it. Now, all you have to do is click, 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 click. And because they only take 30 seconds to do, 20 minutes, you can knock out 40 competitions. People would ask me, what do you think about the internet, Mike? What do you think about instant win? And I'd think, poo-poo it. And, it won't last, you won't see it around in 10 years. And of course, I couldn't be further from the truth. The internet's took over our lives now. What about this one? We did Grammy weekend in Los Angeles. I used to be able to find competitions everywhere, bookshops and chemists and...
Do you think he knows about YouPorn?
I imagine his life. I mean, this is incorrect. I know it is, but I imagine his life is revolved around. If he has a day job, he does that. When he doesn't, he spends the rest of the time entering competitions. And then I imagine he also is the kind of person who would write letters to shops about how the shopkeeper didn't serve him correctly. Or, well, he goes into shops to look for competitions. So without buying anything.
He's just an old man. He looks retired. He's probably not got a job, and this is what he does to,
do something else.
Like what? What's he going to do? Rock climbing?
Read.
He does. He reads loads.
Yeah, he reads loads of offers. Read. Oh my god.
He's not. The only thing he's doing is a bit douchey. Is me like no one else can get the prize. But at the same time, I don't know, because if everyone did the prize searching as much as he did, would that even things out?
No, I think you just... I think it'd make things worse. The competitions would be more entered. In fact, there'd probably be more competitions if lots more people were as avid about it as him.
Because the only reason he's winning so much is because no one else is doing it as much. Because loads of people do the lottery, don't they?
Yeah.
And I guess you could do the lottery more, but it doesn't matter because you've got like a what is it? I don't know the facts. Like a 1 in 2 billion chance of getting one. So even if you did what this guy's doing and applied for 600 tickets a week, you still got, it's like a drop in the ocean, like ratio to win way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And so this guy, it just means that all the competitions, no one's applying for them.
Well, no. Isn't his point that in the internet age there's more people? Because I actually applied for a competition today. It was just on online, and the only reason I did is because it was there in front of me, and he said like name and email address, so you don't even have to craft anything. You don't have to think of anything. So I just thought, seeing as it's right here in front of me, and I was on the toilet at the time, so I was like, I'm not doing anything else. So why not just enter it? So before I even finished, I'd entered the competition.
What was it for? Toilet paper. I hope I win.
I'm a complete hypocrite. I love toilet paper. No, it was for free time at a studio that I didn't even look where the studio was. I just thought, yeah, well, can't argue with that, can you?
Pound shops. Nowadays, they've gone. You don't find the entry forms like you used to in the old days. That's just didn't happen. So looks like we've just got a couple of entry forms today. We've got a couple of nice prizes. So there's still entry forms out there. There's still prizes to be won. Back in the day, most competitions had elements of skill. Invariably a slogan, sometimes word skills. And in my case, it was 9 out of 10. It was about writing a slogan.
One of his funniest slogans was, a day begun with golden shred would rip Van Winkle out of bed. And that's how he won my ring.
Wait, hey up. She gives it up easy, doesn't she? It's right, a poem.
Yeah. I think he entered the competition and must have won money to buy her ring. I'm sure the competition wasn't for a wedding ring.
Oh, right, okay. You gave a wedding ring. I thought you meant the other kind of ring.
What, you thought she was going... after he entered that competition, he won a free rim job on me.
Because she was so impressed.
She set up her own competition.
That's how they communicate.
For him to give her a rim job.
He gets needy, and when he hasn't done a competition in ages, he's like a heroin addict.
Margaret, can you make up a competition and I'll enter it? Rip Van Winkle out of bed, ha ha ha, you dickhead.
Now, because it's internet, however many people enter, could be 1 million. You could get 1 million entries now, so it's 1 million to 1. This is a horse, this is Run for Action. I won it in a local newspaper competition. It does give you some great experiences. I mean, I've been up in a helicopter, for example. I mean, who's been up in a helicopter?
He's a Yorkshireman, a canny Yorkshireman. He thought he was getting things for nothing.
I've got a whole year once, and the best thing I won was a box of chocolates. I still might have entered thousands of competitions. I still might have put in hundreds and hundreds of hours to get a box of chocolates at the end of a year. And some people say, what's the point? So, because the next year I won the yacht. That's the point.
Okay, a yacht. Can't fuck with that.
Yeah, I'd love a yacht.
A yacht would be sick.
Yeah, I don't know how you sustain it. I mean, I don't even know what's involved on it. Could you just...
We'll figure it out. Just imagine if we had a yacht. Like, fair enough, we can't go everywhere. It's wherever the river goes, the canal.
I think around Manchester would be a bad place to have a yacht.
We could get to Liverpool.
Okay.
Very slowly.
Can we?
Yeah, like River Mersey.
How do we get onto that?
Oh.
In fact, if they were to deliver a yacht, where do they deliver? Do they deliver it to your house on like a trailer?
That'd be.
Or do they just plonk it somewhere? Go, there's your yacht. It's in the Thames somewhere. You chained it down? No.
You got one of those little bleepers that you have with the car. I was like, beep, 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 beep.
You have to get a boat to find your yacht.
Just enter another competition. Okay, well, yeah, I don't know. How long would you like treat these prize things like a full-time job in order to get something, not necessarily a yacht, but just something of worth, like, I don't know, a nice guitar or something?
What was the question? How long would I entertain them?
Like, yeah, well, no, like this guy does. He basically treats it like a full-time job, doesn't he? He says he's entered like thousands of competitions and stuff. How extensive would you be?
I think it depends on the competition, because I remember that you can find out things about competitions. So like when I used to enter XFM a lot, when it was XFM, and I won quite a lot of competitions because I thought I had figured out how to get their attention. Because at the time when I was entering, they weren't, first of all, an absolutely massive station, and so I just ended up entering for everything. And then I realised that if you text the answer and your name, obviously, and then also put like a little comment on the end, then apparently it must have stood out, because I won a load of stuff from XFM. I won a ticket to see the Futurehead, Stephen Fretwell. I won an iPod. I got backstage to see Kasabian, which I wasn't too pleased about. Actually, the drummer, when I met the drummer, I didn't know he was a drummer, and he said, "Oh, my throat's gone." I went, "What are you going to do? How are you going to sing?" He went, "I'm the drummer." I was like, "Oh, great." So yeah. So I think there's a way of working out how likely you are to win the competition. Like for instance, that studio thing that I mentioned I entered before. I imagine that's going to be nowhere near as hard to win as, say, the lottery or something like that.
So if we start from the ground, like box of chocolates, what would you do for that? Or would you not even bother?
Box of chocolate, they'd have to make it easy for me. So I wouldn't be writing anything or sending off a stamped envelope. That'd have to be online. That'd be a quick...
That'd have to be a raffle situation. Like, it's happening now.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Pair of shoes.
Pair of shoes.
Nice pair of shoes. 70 quid pair of shoes.
Not really too fussed with shoes, and I like buying my own, so it'd have to be something that I really liked.
Really cool leather jacket. Like 300 quid leather jacket.
Yeah, probably still. I'd probably just go name, email address. I'd probably make a slogan for a leather jacket. I don't know what it'd be.
A Ferrari. So we've stepped it up a bit now.
Well,
I know you can't drive, but just having it would be cool.
But then I think if you're offering a Ferrari, that automatically must mean that you're expecting a lot of entries to this competition. So I'd be less inclined to enter a Ferrari competition than I would be for a leather jacket competition, because the prize is so good that lots of people must be entering.
That is the conundrum.
Well, I don't think it's a conundrum. I think I've worked it out.
That is the problem with these competitions. That's why I don't enter them either. Because the shit ones, it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
And the really good ones, you're like, oh, I'm not going to get it anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I also, just as more proof of my XFM winning days, I won a U2 album as well.
I think everyone got that, mate. It came on the iPhones for free. I think you've been out there.
Okay, so let's move on to our next story, which is a strange one. You like animals?
Yeah.
You like yoga?
Yeah, I want to.
You want to like it or do it?
I want to do it one day.
Yeah. Well, this story is about a woman that does yoga with both animals and should have said humans first. Revealed the surprise there. Anyway, let's get straight to the story.
Doga.
I'm Mani Jahangiri, and I'm a yoga teacher.
She calls it Doga.
I teach yoga not just for humans, but yoga for humans and dogs together. And I come from a therapeutic background of working many, many years in yoga and yoga therapy with children.
Those dogs don't look like they're doing yoga. They're just... See, this is what I was thinking at the start. Like, I would be more accepting of this idea if it was like, bring your dogs to yoga.
Yeah, I was expecting to see a dog in like the praying mantis, or like, I guess they could do the downward dog.
Yeah, well, I think I have no choice. So, I like this so far because it's saying bring your dogs to yoga. I don't think dogs should be excluded from a lot of things. So yeah, bring them. Don't bring a pit bull. That'd be scary, especially for those little chihuahuas. Yeah.
I saw people doing yoga on the beach, and there were dogs running around freely. And I thought there must be some way of actually combining the tradition of yoga with the humans and the dogs together, that the dog can benefit from the yoga. It just looked so pure and so real and just exactly what I wanted to do. It just dawned on me.
Why was that what you wanted to do? So if I was shooting a video on a beach, and then I make videos, by the way, that's why I brought that up, for my job.
Yeah, it's not just a pervert on the beach.
Yeah. So if
I'm feeling a bit too much though.
if I was making videos on the beach and then I saw a squid get washed up, I was like, you know what? I'm only filming squids from now on. Squids and humans, though. And all of my shots must contain a squid. All of them. She's crazy. She's insane.
Dawned on me, I have to do something about this. What I started with, I've always started with, was the breathing and the chanting and the oming.
She's beheading that dog.
I start with the breathing and then stopping the breathing.
Yeah.
It's really therapeutic when you just strangle a dog. Get all your rage out. We go through dogs like there's no tomorrow.
I know.
It works because it centers the person and it centers everything around you. I changed a little bit because I've noticed that some yoga practitioners, owners expect a little bit of movement from the dog as well. So I've started to play around a little bit in between, doing poses where they can lift their dog up or do a special little extension.
Shouting at the dog.
Making it up as you go along.
Yeah. That dog does not know that it's being, well, it's attempting to be infiltrated into yoga. It has no idea.
Just get a dumbbell.
It thinks it's being told off. That's why dogs look to the side. It's in shame mode. And not because it's doing the yoga, because she's making faces at it. And making those motions with her mouth, and no words are coming out. The dog is still ashamed. It still thinks it's being told off.
You're not supposed to show your teeth, are you, to animals? Because they think it's like an aggressive
Oh, do
behaviour.
they?
I think so. That's why you shouldn't
It makes
smile
sense.
at a bear. Because you think...
I would never smile at a bear.
Just making sure, mate. Just if you're ever in that situation.
Yeah, I don't think there's reason to smile at a bear.
Or a dog. You try and smile to be like, oh no, look, I'm friendly, and then you show your teeth, and then it thinks you're baring your teeth, and you want to have a fight.
I imagine dogs always think the worst. So when you're smiling, they think it's like, as if Satan was smiling at you, or something like that. So yeah, so you're inducing shame on dogs.
Where the dog extends out, or an upside down inversion.
But that Doberman is that a Doberman?
I thought it was a sausage dog, but I'm really bad with my my dog brands.
Yeah, it has the face of a Doberman and the body of a sausage. So it's
Sausage.
A Dove sausage.
Yeah.
Because the owner does want to feel that they're also doing the yoga for the dog. I don't have disclaimers at this point, but I want to.
What did I do?
Think that I have almost like a
what
mental
did I do? I'm
disclaimer
sorry,
with
I'll
the
never
owner,
do it again.
Where I trust them that they know what's best for the dog.
I think it's a good exercise to my little crazy puppy.
I find that this cross very happy for puppy.
The poses in itself is just cool. Yeah, if you can do the warrior and lift them up, great. But if you can't, just reach down or just do the pose and let your dog sit there or observe you from the side. There's so many differences in every dog, not just breed, but personality, what I'm getting to know. And it's so interesting. Just, they're little people. I can see yoga being introduced worldwide. I'd love to teach workshops and teach communities and shelters, especially shelters for dogs. Also, Doga works really well with autism. I use Doga.
I'm sure she has no evidence to back that up.
No.
In fact, no, she does. I take that back. She has a presumption.
There's 3 people there. So from a case study, how many are autism and are they cured? And
Yeah.
did all 3 of them have autism and then they started doing this and now they're cured? Because I'm guessing she doesn't have a scientific background. She's like, I can see this happening all over the world. Like when you close your eyes at night and just imagine it in the dream. It's not happening. I'd just bring a massive Rottweiler and just ruin everyone's fun.
Oh my god.
Would you give it a go?
I would like it if I didn't have to do anything yoga wise with the dog.
That's not doing it. That's just normal yoga.
Yeah, no. I would like normal yoga with dogs running around.
That'd be anywhere. Yeah, most of the workplace with dogs.
I'd like to be a mechanic with dogs running around.
That'd be brilliant. Where was it? Someone
Chef.
did it. That might be a bit unhygienic.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Unless you were a chef for dog food. Yeah. Business idea there.
Don't agree with that though. I don't think it's just especially if I was just frying dog food.
I'm saying that would be more. In fact, not even then. It still wouldn't be healthy.
Also, I don't think dogs are grateful for how much effort you put into prepping their food. I could make what's like a fancy dish.
Duck à l'orange.
Duck à l'orange. I could make duck à l'orange, and then I could either serve it to the dog on a plate, or I could throw it on the floor, and the dog would not care.
Yeah.
The dog would be like, "Great, it's duck à l'orange."
Doga with my autistic clients.
Yeah, this
2
looks
men
stupid.
that are blind and autistic.
I'd come by with my Rottweiler, who has rabies, and just throw chocolate bars on the floor.
For some reason, they're fine with the dog. Doga is fantastic. It's just going to go into.
Oh, we just went over the reason of
sorry.
the autisticness. Yeah, go for it.
2 men that are blind and autistic, and we've done Doga. They don't like to touch. They don't like to be touched, but for some reason they're fine with the dog. Doga is fantastic. It's just going to go into so many therapeutic avenues. That's what I see, and that's what I want to see come out of this this work. That really let's get everyone to bond through nature.
Well, that's not a study. You just had some autistic people touch a dog. That's not like cured it.
Yeah, there's some people like dogs.
I know there is studies where to do like animals and stuff. But she knows nothing about that. There is some relevance there. She's probably just seen that on a poster and go, oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I know that in Japan they've started doing these cat cafes, haven't they? Where
common knowledge. That.
Yeah, well, they've started doing cat cafes because they believe that cats have a calming influence on you. So whilst you're having a coffee, you can stroke a cat. So, I mean, again, because of my lack of research, I don't know how much research they put into it. Whether they just thought, nah, that's quite cool, or whether cats do actually have a calming effect on you.
Well, from personal experience, I'd say, yeah.
But again,
if you don't like cats or if you're allergic.
But I don't think we can give that to the scientific community.
No, definitely not.
Not that we're attempting to. Not that any of this podcast should be.
Any scientists listening?
Yeah, please don't take our theories as evidence, because it's not. Definitely not evidence.
Just have to warn you, because those scientists, gullible.
They are, yeah, presumptuous, gullible people. Anyway, so this next one's a little different. I thought
this was the same story then. I was like, oh, this is
taking a dark turn for the dog.
That's why she invites everyone to come down with the dogs. She just keeps killing them.
Oh no, not she. This is a dying trade. This next story. It's the art of scissor making. So we're not talking about your normal plastic scissors, or the ones with the plastic handles, rather. We're talking about, your fancy scissors, cutting material, making upholstery. That That's what we're talking about.
Scissor for life.
I'm Eric Stones, and I've been making scissors for 58 years. 1956, I started in the scissor trade.
Did he say 1856?
Rewind it. I think he's lost the plot.
56.
Oh, that's just the end.
58 years. 1956, I started in the scissor trade.
He said 18.
In 1850. I think he did say 1856. I think he's miscalculated 100 years. It's like he's 100 years off.
Yeah. So let's assume it's 1956. We can go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Vague.
I started as an apprentice at Frank Turton's when I was 14 years old, yeah. I was apprentice for 5 years. And you're still learning now. I mean, year by year, you're doing different things on them and you're still learning. I'm glazing these so as we can put them in our rumbler with a polishing machine. Glazing means making them finer. They've been done on a grindstone. Now I'm taking the grindstone marks out. Dressmaking, kitchen scissors, nail scissors, household scissors, paper hangers, yep, we do them all. There used to be 40,000 workers in scissors and cutlery trade. When you think how many factories there were in Sheffield, there was hundreds of them manufacturing scissors, but there's just us left now.
People just used to cut loads of shit.
Yeah. Now they
What
just
I'm
buy
doing,
stuff.
I'm glazing the fash off these insides. Fash is where they've been stamped out and it's ever so sharp.
That looks pretty cool.
The mass-produced
I do
ones
want
have
to do
nearly
that.
all got plastic handles now and they just fall to pieces after a few months. But ours, if you look after them, they'll last a lifetime. I've got a pair at home, I've had it 50 years.
See, the thing is, I think people are put off by things now lasting a lifetime. Because I think when you say this product will last your lifetime, you know that you are buying quality. But then you're like, I'll probably lose it. so you start going, well, I'm going to pay out the arse and then lose it in about a year. So I'll get the thing that like is probably going to break in about 2 years. I mean, maybe that's just me that
No,
thinks like
I think that's true here because you buy the disposable cheapy plastic razors.
Yeah.
I bought myself one of those fancy ones where you change the blade, like the safety razors.
Yeah.
That look cool. I think it works, yeah, but like that's not going anywhere. I'm not going out the house with my razor.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
But even so, you'll probably lose that.
Nah, I'll never lose that.
You will, you'll lose it.
When?
Well, that's the thing. Like, everyone doesn't remember where they lost stuff. But stuff always goes missing. You go, where the hell did that go? And then as much as you try, you can't remember. And it's probably fell down the side. And then you look at it, and it's covered in all the shit from down the side of the boiler. And you're like, well, I'm going to have to get a new one now. I mean, that...
Doc Martens, shoes for life. I'm not going to lose my shoe. How'd you lose a shoe when you're just walking around?
You will, you'll lose shoes. Okay, have you ever lost shoes before?
No.
No?
No. How'd you lose a shoe? It's on your foot. You come home, take it off.
Oh, yeah, good.
I used to work in a school, and there was a kid who came to school with one shoe on, and we was like, oh, like, what's happened, mate? Like, have you been, like, mugged or beaten up or something? He was like, no, I lost my shoe at school the other day. Or forgot I had it, so he had PE or something. So he's gone home.
In one shoe?
In one shoe. Come back the next day. And just walked in the front.
You know, kids do stupid stuff. I remember as a kid, I used to live right next door to my primary school, so it's like a 20-second walk away. And once I went back from football club when I thought I could play football, and then realised that I'd left something back at the school. And by this time, I'd already got changed into my underwear because that's what I always got changed into when I went home. Then I thought, rather than getting dressed again, I'll just run back in my underwear and get the socks or whatever that I forgot. And then when I got back to the school, I knocked on the door in my underwear. And as a kid, you're not embarrassed. And I remember the teacher was like, "You can't do that. That's really dangerous." And I was like, "Why?"
For my career.
Yeah. It's like, why have you arrived in your underwear? You're a problem.
You're 80% more attractive to paedophiles. You're going to get nabbed. I remember once I forgot to put my shoes on the way to school. My mum gave me a lift in the car. I don't know how I made it from the door to the car in my socks. And then I got to someone and, oh shit.
Really?
My mum was really pissed off.
Yeah, I bet she
was. It was
was.
funny because she didn't notice. He was like, how'd you forget your shoes? But point still stands. I didn't lose my shoes. They were at home.
Yeah, but you lost your mind.
Yeah, but that happens regularly.
Yeah, that is true. But I have lost my shoes. I lost them once. Well, once I just left them on the side of the canal, and then someone had taken them after I got out of the canal. I was very drunk.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah. So there's one. And another time I was at a gig, and this was when I was very young and exciting, and I was crowd surfing, and a guy just removed my shoe. I never saw it again. So technically, I only lost one shoe, but then the pair becomes...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a one-legged pant.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of useless unless you're going for that style, like in Final Fantasy X.
Or a one-bladed scissor. Useless.
Yeah, well, it's a knife.
With a hoop at the end.
Yeah.
I was kind of bringing us back to the point.
Oh yeah, good one. Back on subject. Let's talk scissors.
I'm still sharp.
I think the moral is, stuff for life is for some people.
We've got two apprentices.
Not for others.
Yeah.
Sean and Ryan.
It is enjoyable because no day is the same. Everything's different. You're doing something different all the time.
One day we're making scissors. The next day we're making scissors.
One day we're cleaning the scissors.
Yeah, another day we're hitting the scissors with hammers. Another day we just got one part of the scissor, so we're like, is this a knife or not?
that took us a debate. We had to bring in the people from Yorkshire for that one, the pros.
We've been wasting a lot of time wondering whether these are scissors or knives.
They don't do the sharpening, they don't do the hammering.
Is that a scissor?
Putting them at the right tension. You haven't learned it yet.
Only if you can, because I think scissors are named after their action. Because is scissor a verb? Can you scissor something? Like without getting rude and obvious?
Well, you can't.
I scissored that piece of paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, even if it's not a verb, people get what you mean. I think you should put that in as a verb. If it's not a verb already.
Yeah, of course. Because what else would you say? I cut it with a pair of scissors.
Yeah.
Nah, I think it should have entered the vocabulary by now.
Yeah, it's at least in the Collins dictionary.
That's what I was going to. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to. Once it's in the dictionary, that makes it official, doesn't it? That's why all the stupid.
I think the Oxford dictionary is official, and then you got the Collins one, which is like
the one your mum gets you for school.
Yeah, it's like a few words in there. They're up for debate. I think.
I've not read a dictionary in a while.
I've not. It's been a very long time since I've read a dictionary.
As I've got into the industry, you sort of realise how it's gone from being so busy to working in Sheffield, and you realise then how important it is to keep it going.
They've been here 18 months, so they might stick it. I hope they do, yeah, because there's nobody left now to do them. These are Stoke scissors, what they use for embroidery. Got to make sure there's a nice gap all the way through it. Just a little bit more.
part where they go, "Oh, can you just make it look like you're working?" So we got some stuff for the camera.
Yeah, can you just hit the scissors with something? You're not really supposed to hit scissors, really. But yeah, sure, I can hit it with a hammer if you want. You don't have to go that big. You can just like tap it a bit. No, I'll give it a good whack. You don't have to destroy your scissors. I want to make a knife.
Trying to make it energetic, innit? He's like, whoa, bashing some scissors.
This is actually quite nice. I know we are ridiculing it, but this guy seems quite.
He seems lovely, and I love stuff like this. I generally love stuff like handmadey stuff, like supporting local businesses and all that kind of stuff, and like crafty type stuff.
And they are nice scissors. If I had a pair of those scissors, I'd be like, I'd probably show them off to people. To be fair, I just have no need for them. Like,
if you had some of them, I'd pinch them and sell them on eBay. They look like they'd be worth a fortune.
Yeah, I bet they are.
It's took off again. The scissors that we were making have started selling. And round the world they're selling.
Yeah, it's a bad.
Everywhere, America, Australia. At the moment it looks rosy for us. It makes me feel good because we are known now and it's going.
It's perfect now. You cut straight away. Every pair of jewel.
That's internet for you, isn't it? Mm-hmm.
There we go.
That's a bird scissor.
Scissors.
Surprisingly nice.
Yeah, I think we've said everything we can about scissors though, and stuff that's not about scissors. I think we've airbrushed them. Tell you what, I think because we actually have stuff to do in the next 15 or so minutes, should we do 2 more stories? Call it a podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
What time are we on?
We are on 4:45 at the moment.
And we've got to do shit at... What did I say?
5:30 we'll leave here, so we'll get a good half an hour to prepare for that.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, cool.
Okay, so I'll move on to the next story now.
When he gets changed, he just cuts all his clothes off. He's like, look at this, Marjorie. Whoosh.
I like to undress as if I'm being undressed by the emergency services. Okay, so next story. Next story is about the sugar tax, which I have only became aware of recently because I don't watch the news until I'm researching for this podcast. So do you know anything about the sugar tax?
I've heard of the sugar tax. I don't know what it is.
Apparently it's just the tax on stuff like fizzy drinks, and basically let's put a bit more on fizzy drinks to prevent people from buying it.
That guy's going to end up like spending loads. He's got a massive bag of Skittles.
Yeah.
He's going to be broke after the sugar tax comes into play.
My mum always said you weren't allowed fizzy drinks before lunchtime, but that doesn't mean you can't discuss them before lunchtime. We're asking, is the sugar tax a good idea or a bad idea? And we're asking kids.
So just like this podcast, we're not going to get an informed opinion on the sugar tax. I think even out of that, the word that kids won't understand is tax. So it'd be interesting to see what he's going to do here.
Also, they don't know which one they're putting it into because the words are on the other side. So it's just kids playing with balls.
Have you heard of a man called George Osborne?
Obviously
a thing called
not.
The Budget. This is what the government's going to do to stop people drinking too many fizzy drinks. What?
Looks like he's just been cornered.
I was going to say, why would you... Why not interview him in the front and say, come away from your group of friends, mate. Like, let's go behind this wall. I want to interview you behind this... No, I don't want to go. Come behind this wall. Now. I want to talk to you about sugar.
He looks terrified. I'm going to miss my bus. I've only got one.
What do you think about that idea?
That's actually a very good idea because fizzy drinks are actually very unhealthy.
Should fizzy drinks cost more to stop people drinking them? What do you think? Is it a good idea or a bad idea?
Bad idea.
Why do you think it's a bad idea?
Because like fizzy drink doesn't really matter that much. Fizzy drinks is just like a sweet treat.
You know, her mum doesn't let her have fizzy drinks. That's why she's saying that.
No, what? No, she was saying, what's it called? It doesn't matter. You can drink fizzy drinks.
Oh, so she means it doesn't matter. I thought she said it's a bad idea.
She's saying the tax is a bad idea.
Oh,
Will it
right,
affect
right.
adults, or is it just going to affect kids?
For everyone. More costs, less you buy.
I think it's a bad idea.
Why is that?
I think it's a good idea.
Oh, you've just changed your mind.
Yes, because too many people are buying them and they're not exactly good for you.
How many fizzy drinks do you drink every day?
I only have Coca-Cola like once a month.
Once a month? What is it?
Once, twice a month.
Like as a special treat? Okay, what about you?
I only have it in the holidays.
Kids are deprived.
It's a very good idea.
Yeah? Is it going to work though? Will it actually affect people's behaviour?
I'm sure it will do, because it's like putting on seatbelts. You know, that really caught on. This will catch on as well.
Were you allowed fizzy drinks as a kid?
Yeah, I don't think my parents... I mean, my parents would go, they'll rot your teeth, but they never stopped me from drinking them.
They actually encouraged it.
Yeah.
These will rot your teeth. There you go. Yeah, I think we had it was either like 1 litres or 2 litres every shopping day on the every week, and then once it was gone, like we just had to drink like squash or water. Well, we didn't drink water.
Well, I just remember, I think I drank most fizzy drinks in the summer because you would go outside there and you'd be on your bike with your friends, and then you'd say to your mum, "Can I have a quid?" And then you'd go to the shop, and then you'd probably buy 2 or 3 fizzy drinks, or a chocolate bar or whatever.
Yeah, but this
that was
annoys
probably
me.
the only time I drank it a lot.
Like, I understand the whole thing, like childhood diabetes and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's right.
Diabetes.
To do it, I've got it myself. It's kicking in. All that sugar I had as a kid. But it's a treat, yeah. If you treat it like a treat, it's fine. And kids, like, metabolism is crazy anyway, so they'll burn off loads of calories instantly. That is, you give them a load of sugar and they just run around and, at the playground and stuff.
Apart from some of them, there are some kids who are bigger than others. Their metabolisms aren't working that
No,
well.
but they can still, I think, like, 1 can of Coke a week isn't going to hurt them. Even probably more than that.
You know what it is as well? I think... I don't think it's the child that is essentially making them like that, because I remember, what was it that I watched where the family had no idea that stuff like turkey Twizzlers and stuff like that had a bad impact on them. They were like, well, it's turkey, and I was like, it's mostly not, and it's really obvious. What turkey do you know comes in a spiral? I was like, so there's chemicals in there to, I was going to say to make it bend, but I don't know if there's chemicals that make stuff bend into a spiral. But if I had any food like that and they go, this came from a cow or this came from a turkey, I'd be like, all right, what else? Because it's not.
Very unnaturally looking food, yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday they announced one other big thing that's going to affect you, making school longer every day. What do you think?
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
You're the school nurse,
Yes,
so you're a medical professional.
Yes, absolutely.
Will this stop kids drinking too many fizzy drinks?
Yes, we really think it's going to make a big difference. Very excited about it. It's an excellent move from the government.
If a can was 10p more expensive, would you not buy it?
No.
You'd still buy it?
Yeah.
You're pretty rich, are you?
Confrontational interview.
I know.
Pretty
You
rich,
could
aren't
adopt
you?
the libertarian argument of saying you choose your life and you pay accordingly. But we don't live in that world. We live in a world where our National Health Service is under increasing pressure, and we know that the major driver of that is probably ageing, but secondary is obesity. So we've got to try and do something about obesity.
What are the odds of bumping into a Tory MP who's a GP on this street at this school? It's amazing, isn't it?
Why was this come off there?
Well, the bell's just gone.
There have been some cases of MPs and councillors being accused with certain crimes, haven't there, recently? So one of them by a school is probably not that surprising. Moving on.
Nearly the whole school, and as you can see, quite a big majority of them think it's a good idea.
Yeah, you know what? The only bad idea about this is representing your results as colourful balls. That's probably the only detractor from this scientific study that means nothing. Well done, you fucking waste of times.
Someone's had to make that.
I know, yeah. Like someone said, Jeff's obviously gone and said to them, "Can you print off a good and bad sign for me?" "Oh, no way, yeah, that's no problem, Jeff. Well, you're keeping the cost of this report down." Yeah, I also need a stand, though. What are you going to use a stand for? I'm going to put colourful balls in it. Kids are, actually, based on their opinion. Oh, how old are these kids? Like, high schoolers. They got...
No. They'd be able to form an opinion.
yeah, they haven't been able to form an opinion yet. And they don't know what the word tax means. So, all right, Jeff, just this once. Oh my God. Right, okay, so I'll end on this extremely short video, which I thought was, isn't a story. It's really not a story. It can't be a story. Yeah, I may as well play it just to see what you think. But bear in mind, this is what the Telegraph reported to besmirch whoever's in this video.
Come on over there, yeah. So come and tell me, come and drag around, tell me about it. Here we go, come on.
Jessica, stop. There we go.
Right, come and tell me about the PE, yeah? Here we go, come on.
Jessica, stop. There we go.
Right.
So that was news. So the kids didn't immediately give George Osborne the ball. And so they displayed some pretty severe disrespect for Mr. George. And
see, there's actually a follow-up. There's more to this story. And that was those kids' parents were found dead the next day.
Oh my God!
So, you can't just pick and choose what bits of information you share. We got the scoop. This is the whole ordeal. This is going to be the next Making a Murderer.
Oh, well.
What channel was this shown on?
I don't think that was on the channel. I think that's just the Telegraph website.
Right, okay, yeah. That must have just been like an intern job or something.
Yeah, or just...
Go out and get us some news, Ralph.
I remember he come back with that. Well, he didn't pass the ball to him. Bloody hell, for how long? About 5 seconds, and then he passed him the ball. And he took control of the situation. Oh, okay. We'll report that, I guess.
Very slow news day.
So that's the podcast this week.
Whee!
Hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, write something. Write something down. And then before you're thinking of posting it, don't. Because we won't tell you in advance. Tell you what, you can get in touch on Facebook and say how much you're not enjoying it. If you have compliments for us, reach out directly. Because they're always nice to hear. If you've got detrimental comments for us, post them, because we're interested in them as well. If you don't like what we're talking about, if you've got some suggestions, if you just want to say, oh, you're shit, go ahead. We're up for that. Why not? Because we think you're shit as well. We've been the Gas Panic. See you next time.
Keep on, you heard, like I'm never gonna ask someone. Hands off, you heard, how am I supposed to be someone? I bet you think my heart is cool. Keep on,